It is Thursday morning on the newspaper review segment right here at Prime Media TV. I am Ayo, bringing you the headlines to be reviewed with you today. And as always, I have quite a number of headlines to be reviewed with you today. Nigeria recovers 83 billion naira. $609 million and 5.4 million euro through whistleblowing policy in 6 months. The Nigerian government has recovered a total of 83 billion naira, $609 million, and 5.4 million euro through its whistleblowing policy in the past 6 years. The whistleblowing policy was introduced in 2016 to encourage citizens to report financial wrongdoings. The recovered funds are from various sources, including tax evasion, corruption, and other financial malpractice. The government has paid a total of 1.3 billion naira to whistleblowers as incentives. So this is the development. This is the report that we were able to get from Arise TV this morning. According to the Nigerian government, they said they've been able to recover 83 billion naira, $609 million, 5.4 million euro from whistleblowing policy in 6 years. Congratulations to the Nigerian government. But then let's look at other part of the story that will interest you. The Nigerian government says that they've recovered all of this money. And now it is raising questions as regards to why the Nigerian government has not done more to address corruption from the root causes. Why are they only depending on the whistleblowing policies? It is looking like the Nigerian government are only looking for solutions to a problem after the problem has occurred already. Why are they not proactive enough to see ways in which they can curb all of these corrupt practices? We know that the reason why some of our leaders, especially politicians, are able to embezzle this amount of money from their various offices is because while they were in office, immunity covers them. And because of immunity, the EFCC cannot probe them. They cannot be arrested until after their tenure in office. And we've considered that if somebody is to spend 4 years in office and he knows that he cannot be probed for that time, for within that period of time, no such person will leave loopholes or traces of corruption down to him even after his year in service. And that is why you see some of our politicians, maybe they've not embezzled enough for 4 years and they would always fight for the remaining years, or for how they are going to win election in the year to come. So because of immunity, there's no enough time for the EFCC or the police or whatever to probe whatever corruption cases that is traced down to them. That is if there is no leakage. And who will want to embezzle money and leave traces behind? So we are seeing that the government dependence on the whistleblowing policies is actually not a proactive measure to curb corruption from its root cause. If there is no opportunity for people to embezzle, there will be less whistleblowing to do. And then we would like to ask, how can the Nigerian government justify that they are able to pay 1.3 billion naira to whistleblowers despite the amount of money recovered? This amount that we have here is the total amount of incentives paid to whistleblower in the space of 6 years. So if you are able to pay 1.3 billion naira to whistleblowers in 6 years, so how much exactly are you paying to these whistleblowers per year? Definitely, it won't be one whistleblower. There are a lot of them. So if there are no much reward given to people who do whistleblowing, how then do you want to encourage who want to give information as regards to misappropriation of funds that is going on in the ministry or department that they are working with? So let's say, for instance, we have a total of 1,000 whistleblowers in the space of 6 years. If we are to give the breakdown of 1.3 billion naira in in 6 years, and we have a total of, let's say, 1,000 whistleblowers. If we are to give a breakdown, a rough estimate, I'm not sure these whistleblowers get up to a million naira in the space of these 6 years. So you can imagine. And how then do they want to how can the Nigerian government justify the fact that this money is actually paid down to them? So we think that it is unfair of the Nigerian government to pay that meager to people who serve as a whistleblower for you to be able to recover all of these funds. Now, how will the Nigerian government be able to justify that the recovered funds are used to the benefit of the Nigerian people? How do they want to justify the fact that all of this money that they've recovered, that they claim to be in the national treasury, how do they want to justify the fact that this money is being used to the advantage of the Nigerian people? The Nigerian government over time have said that there's no money for them to improve on infrastructure, and that was why Mr. President, around April this year, there was a report that is intending to take out of pensioners' money so that they can use it to invest on infrastructure. So if this amount of money are recovered from whistleblowing, how come, this, we are not talking about only Naira here. Naira is the least amount of money they recover. Their money recovered in euro, recovered in dollars. And if you are to take that money, if you are to convert that money to Naira, we have trillions of Naira available. So if the Nigerian government can come out to give a report as regards to wanting to take out of pensioners' money to use it to invest in infrastructure, then it's raised a lot of questions as regards to all of this recovered funds, how they have been able to use all of this money over time, or what are they intending to do with this money. Over time, we've heard EFCC chairman saying that they've recovered billions of naira. Recently, there was a report that some properties has been taken away from Emefiele as a result of the problem that is still ongoing with him. So all of this money, all of this assets that has been recovered, how are the Nigerian government managing it to the advantage of the Nigerian people, to ensure that they use all of this money to do all of the things that they claim that they could not, they don't have enough funds to use to build all of this infrastructure. So there are a lot of questions as regards to how they have been able to use this money to the benefit of the Nigerian people. And then on a final note, we would like to ask that why has the Nigerian government not done more to address the slow pace of prosecution and conviction of those responsible for corruption? We only hear that they recover funds. Now let's look at the cases that are closest to us. The case of Beta Edu. There is no much information as regards to what is ongoing with the probing of Beta Edu case. That's the Minister of Humanitarian Affairs and Alleviation of Poverty. Somebody embezzled 500 billion naira. The EFCC are no longer probing this case. There's no back and forth in the court. Another former Kogi State Governor, Yaya Bello, embezzled $80 billion. This man is still gallivanting on the street of Nigeria. We are not hearing any issue. In fact, he is the one that is even determining the court that he wants his case to be judged. He told them to transfer his case back to Kogi State High Court. And we are wondering, should somebody you are prosecuting be the one to be determining where you are going to prosecute his case? Do you see that? There's also the case of the predecessor of the humanitarian ministry, that's Umaru Shadia, who embezzled 37 billion naira. Until date, we only hear that she embezzled that money. The EFCC are after her. There is no follow-up as regards to those issues. So it is raising a lot of questions as regards to how the Nigerian government intends to tackle corruption from the root cause. It is not about telling us that you recovered some money and you can't directly tell us how what your plans are to fight corruption from the root cause. And it is raising a lot of eyebrow as regards to if the Nigerian government has any plans at all on how they want to put an end to corruption in Nigeria. So on this note, this is all that we'll be able to take on this segment. But we would like to hear your thoughts on this whistleblowing cases. 1.3 billion naira as reward for people who did the job of whistleblowing in Nigeria in 6 years. How much exactly did they pay them yearly for them to have received only 1.3 billion naira? And do you think this 1.3 billion naira incentives within the space of 6 years to the number of people that we do not even know, do you think it is going to encourage people to do the job of whistleblowing for the Nigerian government? We'll leave our viewers to share their thoughts with us in the comment section. We'll be going on a quick break now, and as soon as we get back, we'll dive into another conversation that will interest you. So please stay with us. We'll be right back.